Let me turn this on here. I think I'm getting it too loud.
And here we are again.
That's right. Yeah, here we are.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Mike and Craig vs. the Past. I am Craig. That's Mike. And we're welcoming you to Versing the Past, because that's what we do, apparently.
What episode is this?
I don't even know anymore.
7 or 8, 9, 10. It's one of them.
It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, we're there.
So we got a very, very special show today. We're going to unveil the first prototype for the first wave of Night of the Living Dead figures. Now, this is a early stage prototype. Since then, we've revised bodies, and then Mike's going to get into kind of what's going to make the bodies different from all the other action figure bodies out there right now. But, you know, and then we're going to open it up to a Q&A. We're going to introduce someone else that we're working with. This is a really big show. What do you got for us?
Well, I'm having an issue right now. I don't see comments. Do you see comments?
No, maybe nobody likes us.
Oh yeah, that's probably it. I've had this issue before, so we're not. If you guys can do like a real quick thing there just to make sure, I am not seeing comments. Very weird. Oh, there we go.
Oh, thanks, Jen. Oh, we owe you one.
Thank you. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Yeah, we have people on the show. All right. Cool.
Jen, what would we do without you? Thank you.
Very awesome. So there's a series of things, and I'm gonna wait here as we get like a few folks coming in here. I know I've been asked a lot of questions about like some of the future, the figures, number one, but then some other things too that we're working on. So I want to make sure that we're able to address any of that. So we'll have like a Q&A here for people that may have any.
I see what's going on. Right now, we're only broadcasting to YouTube.
Who did that?
Not me.
Oh, so we're going to end this broadcast. Let's end this broadcast and start this. Let's start this over.
Okay.
There's no way we were going to be able to do this any other way. If we're not on Facebook, because I know a lot of the people on Facebook is waiting for this. So let's do that. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Oh, you know what though? I did post a lot of the links for the YouTube. So how do you want to do this? Because then it would like redirect people.
Well, let's see.
Oh, you know what? Because like when you re-signed in, yeah, it didn't link up. That's right.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
I could have added it. Okay, so let's let me do this one. All right, let me go ahead.
Oh, hold on. I could change this right now. Hold on.
You can?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Okay.
So tell them that joke, and I'll handle this in the meantime.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out what you're doing right now, because
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There we go. It's connecting. So everyone there we go. I learned something new today.
All right. So where are we streaming at? Like where are we going?
Right now we're streaming at Zoloworld.com, Realm of the Underworld, Facebook thing, because I don't Facebook, and YouTube's Mike and Craig versus the Past.
Okay. All right. Cool. Very, very cool. Okay. So
we're gonna have to build our audience for a minute. So
I see that up there now. Yeah, I see what you did. That's you can edit that. Oh, awesome. Okay, I didn't know that.
We're learning today, folks. So bear with us. We had a little technical gremlin. Oh my God, Jen just said that technical gremlin. Weird. Okay. So yeah, we're getting there. There's the numbers. They're going up now. Okay. So sorry everyone. We had a technical glitch. That's 5 minutes of your life you're not going to get back. Sorry. We'll give you a free drink next time at ZoloCon, a free Monster Energy drink when they come back. So who says no to free Monster Energy drinks? You'd have to be crazy.
Yeah, I don't. I was it was funny. I don't know how many people ended up going, but I was just at Steel City over the weekend. I did post a picture of Danhausen and
oh yeah, how is he? How is he in real life?
He's cool. He's broken. He's a broken man.
Broke his arm.
Yeah, he's broken. Yeah. So many people, I don't know of a lot of the people that collect the Realm figures know this, but Danhausen, and you're the one who actually told me about this.
Yes.
Going on, dude.
There's our boy.
So
what's up, Jeremy?
So what was crazy was that you sent me the link for the what the hell, for him going through the shop. He's going in there and he's talking about booger figures, right? And
yep.
like I saw a slime drone. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to a guy that was interested in being a vendor at ZoloCon, and he was like, "Oh, I heard about your show and this and that." And I just happened to pass by, and we were deep into conversation. And I get this like hovering feeling that someone was behind me, and there was someone, and the makeup looked great, and I was like, Yes.
They had the large figures. We're doing the little 3.75 figures, but we're gonna show one later for early prototype, super early prototype. Just because we made a lot of revisions, and Mike will talk about that in a minute. But Mike, I apologize.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a Q&A session anyway, so you guys fire off any questions you may have about the series. Be more than happy to answer it. So I got this guy hovering behind me, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, and I turn around, and the guy has like this really nice makeup on. And the first thing I thought is like, man, you really look like the dude. You did really good. And I looked at him. I said, your cosplay is fucking great. And he's like, and there's a guy next to him, and he's just like snickering. And I turn around and I'm like, yeah, let me tell you a real funny story about the Danhausen. And I know this isn't him, but he's a really good, he really looks like him. And I'll tell you too. I said, I'll tell you too. I said, Danhausen walked into like one of the stores, and he was selling. He was just walking around wanting to buy some toys, and he picked up one of them. And he called them booger figures. And I said, I want to have some words with the real Danhausen when because I make toys, and that would be cool to have that conversation with him. And the guy his agent turns and says, this is Danhausen. And I was like, I had do you remember the Daffy Duck smile?
Yep.
It's like,
yeah, it was like the Grinch did that too.
Yeah. So I was just like, literally like, oh, fuck. Oh, okay. So I handed him a flyer and said, yo, it'd be cool to see you here.
So we're going to get him at ZoloCon. We're going to try then.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Probably not.
So we're gonna talk a little about the Night of the Living Dead figures. We're going to throw that up in a minute. But first, before we jump into that, we will bring so as you know, the 3.75 figures have clothing, real human clothing, touchable clothing, wearable clothing. You can make finger puppets with them too. That's what Mike and I have been doing. But we just wanted to take
human
a second.
Clothing. I like
what?
Human clothing as opposed to what?
Alien clothing. Yeah.
Animal clothing.
Like Fire in the Sky when they kidnap the guy, Mike, and they're in the phone booth and they put the jelly on it.
What was even better was the episode of I don't know if you ever seen what the hell, the X-Files, when they pause time and the guy's like, and like, aliens are like twisting him up and taking him into the space shuttle, and damn well it was going to happen to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's done. Probed.
People are envious of that dude.
Before we before we do that, we just want to take a second and bring in a third member of our team who is working on all the fancy clothes for these figures.
The human clothing.
The human clothing. So we're going to just bring her on in, say, just welcome our dearest seamstress and hostess now with the mostest, Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hey, Jack.
At an airport.
There you are.
Do you have the Cyclops figure with you there?
I do.
Oh. Now, guys, if you want one of those, you can just email Mike and he'll get you hooked up with a Cyclops.
They're on the site. You can go to the site and get them too. They're
our new
ones. Oh yeah, new ones. Yeah. So yeah, you can do that too. But yeah, we're looking to do another run of not those, but a new figure.
We're doing a new run of Jack, and you can order her off the website.
Yeah, that too. Yep. Coming soon.
So Jack, how's the human clothing coming?
The human clothing, huh?
Yes.
It's coming along well. I think I will have the first prototype for you like this weekend.
Excellent.
Oh, that's gonna be really badass.
So
It's
for those of you who don't know, Jack's working on the human clothing for the figures. But like when you're doing that, like you're also a fabricator too. Like you can do different kinds of dresses, patterns, stuff like that too, right?
Yes, of course.
She fabricates clothing. Is that what you said?
Fabricates clothing.
Okay.
Well, I started out as fabricating human clothing, and now I'm fabricating action figure human clothing.
That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. On my planet, we call that a seamstress. Yeah. Back in my planet, yeah, that's what we call that.
So she has oh, hold on, we got a comment here. 3 3/4 inch figures with soft goods. Never seen that before. I think some people have attempted it, but no one has a Jack like we have a Jack. So
yeah, you got to have a Jack, and you know that's
you gotta have a Jack.
Yeah, that's true. So the idea is that we want to create something that's different. Obviously, creating 3 3/4 inch Night of the Living Dead obviously is different, but we want to really take it to the next level too, because a lot of the things that we do here at Zoloworld, and a lot of even with the toys that we make, whatever series we're doing, whether it be for Zeta or Realm or anything, we try to make it like different in the sense of, you know, it's not the same old thing you can buy, you know, and people look at the type of stuff that we sell and the type of stuff that we offer, and other Fortune 500 companies or whatever will turn around and go, wow, that's a great idea. And most likely, you know, a lot of the things, as many people know that we do, is also now seen in stores because they've adopted it. And, you know, so this is probably something that's going to be seen also, but know here, and you've seen it here. And I tell Craig this all the time. It's beautiful. It's always beautiful to be first. Like when you're there and you're first and people see this and they're like, oh, this is cool. You're never going to have that, you know, people coming out and saying, oh, you know, they're not going to be out and go, oh, well, such and such did that, or such and such, you know what I mean? For an independent toy company to basically put these out, it takes a lot. There's a lot of prototyping involved. There's you know, seamstress. There's a lot of planning, preparation. There's licensing, and everything else that goes into it. So we're trying to make these extremely cost effective, and we will probably get into that as well as we move forward. We probably won't get into it on this show, but moving forward, you'll be able to see where we're going to be price wise, and we're looking to be, you know, somewhere where you can buy the whole set. I want to make it. Hey, what's going on, Jason? We want to make it where you could buy the whole set, and you're not going to have any, and actually 2 or 3 sets if you wanted to. So you keep one in the package, you keep one loose. And as everybody knows, Craig is good friends with the people at Image 10, and he's worked with them for a while. The people that actually were in the movies, and the owners and everything else. So everything is officially licensed, and that's, you know, what we're doing. This isn't some bootleg thing that we're trying to.
No. And we're keeping costs super down because Jack is literally working for pennies. So, you know, she's passing her savings on to you.
Well, there you go. All right.
She's actually in a warehouse right now in Thailand, and you know she's hand sewing each dress.
That's a green screen behind her. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, Jack. I didn't mean to divulge that information, but I think that everybody should know. Oh man. All right, Craig. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the toys. Let's see
Sure.
what's going on here.
Jack, is there anything you want to plug? Because I feel like we have you in like a hostage situation.
Yeah, really.
I am enjoying myself immensely. So you guys keep talking.
All right. Do you want to hang with us, or you want us to boot you?
Let's hang.
You want to hang? Cool.
All right.
Well, then you're going to tell us a little bit about what's going to go into the figure prototyping stage for the dresses, or for the human clothing.
So for at least, so my background is long-term sewing. I've been sewing for like 20 years. I also do screen printing. So you guys are in luck that I have both of those backgrounds that I can make the fabric and then sew the fabric.
Nice.
Amazing. That's
See,
awesome.
that's why we have you, because things that like are super intricate, like the dress on Kyra, that's going to be a pain in the ass because her flower pattern, we're going to work with Kyra directly to
And
get it.
we talked about how intricate it must be when it's finished. And you and I, we are going to make it perfect.
See, perfect. So any other companies watching, perfection. We strive for perfection. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So you guys ready? Come on, let's get some comments up in this.
Well, I think there's a lag, man. I think there's really a lag in it.
Lagging. I see it.
The one thing I definitely notice, as far as StreamYard to the other.
Oh no, where'd Jack go?
She's lagging too.
She's all right. We're gonna pop her out for a minute. So,
oh, there she is. She's
there
back.
she is. She's back with human clothing. So, first up with her little Cyclops. First up, I'm sure you guys want to see something from Night of the Living Dead. So let's jump right to that because we are 16 minutes in. The first image of the first prototype figure. Now, this is an early stage prototype, very early stage. Since then, we've revised the body, we revised the gimmicks, but here is your first look at your first exclusive Night of the Living Dead 3.75 action figure. Boop. There's Ben. There's Ben in all his glory. I'm just trying to read the comments. So I should have like a drum roll or something. But no, that is Ben. Since we had him, we've done some revisions to the body style. We've reworked the neck a little bit. There's a lot of changes we've done since that. But we wanted to kind of go into a fun perspective with these where it's not like hyper realistic, but it's not too off the mark. Because, like, you know, if you're looking at vintage Star Wars toys, they look nothing like the actors. Like Han Solo had a head that looked like a balloon. You know, we're trying to keep that, but still make these feel like action figures. We don't want them to be hot toys. We want them to be fun, playable, and customizable. That's most important. So
there's a lot more actually into that too that we're going to get into here in a little bit with the figure. Let me address this, Craig. I'll address that.
Yes, please.
Okay, so when it comes down to licensing, it's really tough because we don't because it's, you know, you're dealing with a lot of sensitive information that you can't we can't say too much about that. But what I can say is that you know, we were lucky enough to have an in with Craig to actually be able to get the night license. Other than that, it's really tough. I can't say on behalf of the other licensors on there, but I could say that you know, as far as Night of the Living Dead is concerned, you know, the people at Image 10 has been absolutely amazing to work with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've been really awesome.
They've been giving us promo materials, and, like, you know, luckily a lot of the actors are still around that if we have questions, we can just ask them directly and be like, hey, what was the fabric? What was this? What was that prop? You know, it's been really great. But as for Night, I mean, the licenses, you know, that's available. Day was a little complicated. Land, no one's really touching Land right now. And as far as I know, Return is kind of on hold with somebody. So that was something looked into, but Return right now is on hold. Thank you. Yeah,
the figure itself, we have a I don't know if you guys are familiar with Formo Toys, but the designer, one of the toy designers there, Pierre, has been working with us to do the 3 3/4 inch stuff that you've been seeing with Ben, you know, and Like I said, there is how many figures are in wave 1, Craig?
So
You remember that.
here is Little Ben right now, the 3.75, and like I said, since it has been revised, and I hope I don't break this.
Hold on, let me just throw this on you real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna remove me and.
Oh, hi everyone. So we have Big Ben, which this is a 2-up, kind of so we could figure out the paint, see what works on the figure, what doesn't work on the figure, really kind of get to get hands on. And we're going to have these at Living Dead Weekend, not this upcoming one, but the one in October. We'll have finished protos of this one as his arm is breaking. And we should have more solid prototypes of the 3.75. And we'll let people get hands on with them and play with them and stuff. So I'll bring everyone back. There we go. So that was Ben. You had a question before. What figures are in, how many? I'm sorry. You said how many figures. Oh, let me switcheroo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 definitively. I'm not looking at the sky right now. 6 definitively, 7 possibly, if we could work something out. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so we're looking at making these collectible, obviously, for everybody too, to have something really cool and collectible, with something a little bit different. And do you want me to go into a little bit about the figures themselves, or
take the floor?
Okay. So the idea, and I don't know how many people's here. I see a number of people. I don't see one of the 3 3/4 guys that I've been talking to. So
just to cut Mike off for 1 second, if you guys have questions about the figures, we are opening this up to a Q&A right after Mike talks about the body style and what's going to be different. We're going to open it up. So if you guys have questions, let us know. Yeah.
So the idea here is that we're going to do what is called retro reverse. It is basically it gives you the opportunity to either go with a completely retro figure like this guy, as you can see.
Right? Hold on. Let me hold on.
So you can do a fully retro figure like this, or the pieces pull apart, okay? And it'll pull apart, and you'll be able to go with a fully Neo figure that's fully articulated, okay? So you have the opportunity to do either one. You have, and it's called retro reverse. It's never been offered. This is something that, with the figures, they've come close. But one of the things that's pretty neat about this is that we're the features on this is going to show either if you want 5 points of articulation or lots of articulation. The hands are removable here. They're going to disconnect at the shoulders, the legs over here, the feet. We're going to have removable feet for this, and these are pinned as well. And this is one of the things that we're looking at doing here. As you can see, they're pinned right on the bottom, and you'll be able to remove the pins and change these up. We want to make these fully customizable for people. So the heads will pop off very easily. With these are prototypes, so I don't want to really mess around too much with these, but it has the features on it, but I don't want to break my prototype. But yeah, these are going to be just like you would have felt back in the day, but it's going to have it's going to have a very cool retro-esque feel to them, as you can see here, but then also have the interchangeable feature to be able to do it. So I have a graphic up if you want to throw the graphic up there so people can actually see what we're doing here. And that's, oh yeah, you want to take that off. Yeah, so that's it right there. That's the retro reverse system. It is a fully what I'm holding in my hand is not a 2-up. No, that is the actual figure. It's about the size of what you would get at a Clash figure or a Star Wars or any of those guys that you would have. But this is going to be, like I said, it's going to have the retro reverse system. As you can see, Zoloworld retro reverse. It is, again, fully customizable. So you'll be able to remove all the limbs and do all this stuff on it. And then on top of it, there's going to be a number of body types. So you guys that do the customs and do the different things on there, you guys are going to really enjoy that. Especially for a lot of the custom toy scene. the people that get out there and actually do those. The art toy scene too.
And what's actually really crazy for the Night of the Living Dead and horror movie fans, I'm just looking at the roster right now. So what's really going to be special for you guys is, it's a timely movie where everyone was kind of wearing similar clothing. So you can really just start popping parts apart and make your own world of Night of the Living Dead. You can make, like, right now we have waves 1 and 2 planned. But if you want to beat us to the punch and start making your grandma, make your brother, make your best friend a zombie, it's going to be so easy to do. And you can really have your guys in the farmhouse and then build your own zombie horde to go with our zombie horde. We're not telling you, like, you have 3 figures on your shelf. You can go nuts with our stuff. Like, you can have 1 million zombies, ghouls. Sorry, don't kill me. But
another thing too, though, just to add on with the whole thing you were talking about,
sure.
I think that you can. We still want to remain the collectability for these, so we're not going to do some really crazy numbers of these. Right? These are going to be limited edition figures.
Super limited.
I just want to say that, so you won't be able to go to Target or Walmart and pick these up. It's going to be, we're going to have a pre-order for them. And most likely that's going to be just like we do at Zoloworld for all the stuff that we do. Right. But when we go into pre-order for this, we're not, and anybody that hasn't dealt with Zoloworld or dealt with the way we run things, is that we're in production when this happens. It isn't like, oh, your money goes towards tools or your money is going somewhere else. No, you're buying your figures. Like, it's just like the difference is that, like, this is already paid for. It just, we want to get these to you sooner than later, and that's the goal of ours, is to be able to get these on pre-order, and so you're not waiting as long, because obviously with everything and the way shipping goes and everything else, the sooner that we get this is the sooner we can advance and do the future stuff too that what Craig is talking about.
Yeah. Right now, too, we have one insane 80s license that is 90% there. We're just working out the title of the movie. Everything's really good to go on that. Just need a title. And another one we're just trying to get through an estate. Then we have that to go. Then we have another one which is in talks right now. And that's a dream project for me. And you guys would lose your mind over that. So, especially for horror people, it would be like, bam. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be really exciting to see what we have. And again, it's not just horror. We have other TV shows, other movies, other comic characters coming out. There's a lot in the pipeline for us. So, but we will have some stuff on hand by the second Living Dead weekend in October. And we will be able to kind of like give you guys some more insight about how much the figures are going to be, where you could pre-order, and because these aren't going to be even thousands. They're going to be hundreds of figures made, not thousands. You're not going to be able to like pick them up after a long time. We're looking, Mike, can I say around how many we're looking to do of each?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Between 500 and 600 of each character, and no more. We don't want it. We want it to remain collectible, but we also want everyone to get their hands on it. So we are going to give you guys all the information you need up front, so that the day of, it's not like, surprise, it's 12 o'clock, they're gone. No, we're going to work with you guys and make sure everyone's happy, so long as you follow us, and we're going to make sure you guys are happy. That's priority number one. So, but they do, if they sell out, we want to make sure that you guys know when and where, not to miss the train.
And that's kind of the idea, is like a lot of the things that we're doing, and even for the pre-order, when we open these for pre-orders, I always say, like, you're going to want to hop on that, because a lot of times some figures do sell out on pre-order, and our intentions are not to bring them back. Like, if they sell out, that's it. We can't go to the manufacturer and say, hey, look, we want extra figures. This is we have a deal with the licensor. We have a deal all the way across the board here. So
correct.
When this opens up, and we want to make these cost effective. This is not going to be something that's going to be extremely crazy expensive. We want to make these cost effective for everybody.
Yeah, we're looking in like the $20-$25 range, no more. And there's a lot of limbs with these too. Like Mike just showed you. You get 4 limbs.
Yep.
torso, accessories, guns. And like I said, if Wave 1 does amazing, Wave 2 is a lock. That's no problem. Like we have the designs ready for Wave 2. They're ready to go. Ideally, we'd like 3 or 4 waves just for Night of the Living Dead. There's a lot of cool stuff we could do with Night of the Living Dead. Lots. And it is such a gift to be working with Image 10 because they're just like, hey, keep it legit, and we're game. So they've been just the best to work with.
So like we have a lot of concepts too. So there's concept stuff, there is movie stuff, there's a lot of things that is going with this, and I think it'll be fun for everyone. And you're going to want to get in on this because again, the customizable part of this is what's going to really, really be make this thing even more than what it is. And I think that's the larger than life thing for it is when people look, they're going to go, wow, like having the two, having the styles of being able to, do the, the articulated version or the standard, retro version would be awesome. And again, this was a concept, actually, believe it or not, that's something that I wanted to do with the Realm of the Underworld figures. This is a Wolf Warrior or Ice Wolf that body here, but that's something that I wanted to do with these figures here, is to have that interchangeable concept as well, so you can go retro reverse with the 5.5 stuff. The difference between the two body styles is that with these, it makes it more difficult, whereas you can do it with the 3 3/4. Another thing that we talked about too, another thing that we talked about also was that play sets, right? I mean, like the sky's the limit. If we can get, if there's enough feedback and enough people that want these, I could definitely open up the floor for, doing all kinds of good stuff.
We have in concept and in drawing right now, it's a play set for the Night of the Living Dead figures, and it would be super cool to get that made, and that really is going to be dependent on pre-orders. If the pre-orders are good, because we're going to have 2 different kind of bundles. I'll just put this out there now, just so everyone is prepared before October. So start saving your pennies. We're warning you right now. There's going to be 2 kinds of ways to get these figures. Number 1 will be an all-in bundle, right? So you're just going to say, I want Wave 1 plus, whatever. And then there'll be perks, bonuses. You're going to save money as an all-in. And we'll have an add-on playset value for that. Wave 1 singles will be available of what hasn't sold out. So let's say we have, I'm using a fake number right now, but let's say we have 200 bundles, and then 100 people bought, the all-in method. We're only going to have 100 figures left. So of singles to go around. So if you're into the single figures, it might be better to go all in. And that's not a scare tactic or anything. I'm like that with the figures I pre-order too. You just never know. But there will be a lot more perks if you go all in, money saving, play sets, things like that, as opposed to single figures. So you're going to have 2 options.
Badass. That's cool.
I think so.
Does anybody have any questions? Oh, wait a minute. I gotta. I'll answer. Dan, I'll answer that question at the end as far as the cases are concerned, because we have a whole new thing coming.
Let's open up a Q&A, because I'm sure the Night of the Living Dead people and stuff like that, they're going to have questions. I don't know if they're even here because the StreamYard is acting insane right now. So if someone has any questions about the Night of the Living Dead figures, just feel free to ask. Don't be a stranger.
And even after the show too, if you're catching this after the show, you can also message us, and most likely we'll be more than happy to answer your question about the toys. But yeah, like I said, the sky's the limit. So one of the other things that we're planning on doing here is a ZoloCon exclusive coming up for the next February event, and here he is.
Hold on, I'm gonna jump.
It's Private Ham, as you can see, with his backpack, and he will not be a retro reverse figure because of the size. We don't have the tools for this yet. But if it's something that's going to go absolutely crazy and people want them, then the answer is yes. Now I don't know if you could see that, but that's him there. That is the and he's interchangeable, by the way, guys. So you'll be able to interchange the heads, the arms, and the legs on him, and everything else. But that's Private Ham, the first ape in space, as you can see here. He comes with a helmet. I don't have the helmet with him right here, but you'd see that, and he's gonna have other things with him as well. So just to give you an idea, but yeah. So that's pretty cool there. Oh shit! There you go.
Damn it!
Bringing you in.
Well, there's definitely something going on with the comments. I'm seeing glitches all over the place with this, but
yeah, I recognize this before because I run lives on just Facebook alone. There's that, and then you're complicating it with this system here. So I don't know how well this is actually working in the
StreamYard is a mess tonight.
But actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even see any Facebook users here.
Dan is on Facebook. I got Facebook users up above. Nick was Facebook. Yeah, there are Facebook. But there's literally just a glitch. It keeps freezing and locking out. So apologies if you guys do have questions. Feel free to let us know. If anyone has any questions on whatever lines you want to see or feedback, we got testing. Yep, we see you because you're on YouTube. Hi guys. Yep, hello. It's a Facebook user, so apologies. And poor Jack, she's in purgatory here. We have her locked in. What was it in Superman when they put them in the diamond? The Phantom Zone.
Oh, yeah. It's a Phantom Zone. Oh, here, hold on. We can get her back in.
Are you in the Phantom Zone, Jack?
Oh,
you in the Phantom Zone? Here you go.
Maybe.
All right. Well, that's good. So if anyone has any questions for any of us or Jack, let us know now. Or if we're just not seeing any comments,
Let me talk a little bit about something with Zoloworld then while in the meantime, because I know I've had a lot of questions this week, especially messages and emails. We have a United States factory here, actually local to us, that we're working with.
Should we jump out?
No. You guys stay here. It's fine.
We just want to watch.
We're working. Yeah. I want to see both of you. No, No, we're working locally with a factory, and we just got prototyping the Crusader case. So the geometry and everything was sent, and the steel's cut, and the Crusader cases are going to be the kind of like a precursor to the next 3 cases that we're going to have, and we're working on the new turtle case that we're working on, Toxic Crusaders. And then we have Thundercats. Oh, he disappeared. Thundercats and then Silverhawks. So we have a Silverhawks case also. Mm-hmm. Now from there, we're looking to move on to the smaller style cases. So we're trying to do like the Hasbros and loose cases and stuff like that. I wish I could show you, something pulled from the factory, but I don't have that yet. When I do, I will do a live. Just for Zoloworld, so you guys can see it. I know there's a number of people that's asked me within the last month and a half for just not only Crusader cases, but also Hasbros and Turtles. And I want to let everybody know that those are coming. Those are absolutely coming. So, another thing too, the tools are going to also have interchangeable backs, just like our current.
I just got a text message that says the commenting is all messed up. So.
Yeah, there's something messed up with it. Yeah, no, I could tell that right now. So the idea here is to get the first volley of cases, and then pretty much we're going to be able to move very, very quickly after this. So a lot of testing. Hey, James, what's going on, buddy?
Okay, so he's testing off Facebook. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
I don't know if you got a chance to see the retro reverse system that we're doing, but it's going to be a fully interchangeable 3 3/4 inch action figure. As you can see here, this is the kind of like muscle body that we're working with. So
now, is that body going to be for Realm of the Underworld when you make characters for that?
Yes, I'm looking to do these for Realm, we'd like to use this for the Realm of the Underworld figures and also any like kind of retro barbarian type of thing. And it's also coming with like I said, the retro reverse system, so it's going to be interchangeable.
Now, Jack, are you going to make human clothes for that too?
I'll make human clothes for you, babe.
There you go. So they're going to have helmets and armor and swords and accessories as well. And the hands, like on again, like the retro reverse figure or the articulated figure, will have removable hands, removable feet, as you can see on there. So
I'm jumping out for 1 second.
So the being able to move forward with just all the different licenses that we're working on, will have the figures. You're not crazy to pull apart. It's going to be very easy to pull them apart. And like I said, right now I'm not pulling these apart because these are test shots. But the or not even, these are prototypes. Sorry, the test shots, when I get those, I'll do another video so everybody can see that and how these things pull apart.
Yeah,
and that's what we're working on right now. So there you go.
So it's going to be fun. And,
actually, I want to show you for scale real quick.
And poor Jack, we're going to just drive her crazy with figures. Like you're going to be making clothes like you're, a factory.
Take a look at this. This is the actual scale of what Perseus is. If you were to go hit net, so take a look at that.
Oh, we're going to jump out a second.
That's a scale. That's for scale. So you can see what they look like. All right. So retro reverse, all right, it's going to have the removable limbs on it. So there's going to be a lot of things that you guys will be able to do. And again, the sky's the limit. We want to have people that's going to be customizers. We want the customizers to come in and actually really do cool things with these. And you could see like the different things these things are feature here. And again, because they're prototypes, I got to be kind of careful with them, but you could see they're pinned they're pinned right here and they're pinned right here. So like everything we do, we try to like make something, again, different. We don't want the same thing that everybody else is doing. Getting a license is one thing, but you want to get that representation and show that, what you're doing is in fact different. And we want to have something that's going to be cool, for everybody. You can see that right there. And again, Pierre did the designs of these from Formo Toys. So if you guys are into the Legends of Dragonor, Pierre from Legends of Dragonor did the oh, sorry. On there, yeah.
What? Pierre, yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the other things for Flexors, so I'm going to jump out. Hold on.
What things for Flexors? What are you talking
about? We just got a comment.
Yeah, we actually have horse and riders. So the new 5.5 stuff is going to be horse and riders. Here's the body for the Zolocon exclusive. As you can see, it's a full ice body here for him. But this is the Ice Wolf Warrior. And one thing I haven't noticed yet is that one thing I haven't said yet is that the Ice Wolf is going to be a figure that we're going to be donating to the proceeds. A lot of the proceeds are going to go to a wolf sanctuary in New Jersey for Zolocon. So that's one of the things that we're doing here is it's going to be a kind of a charity event. So a portion of your ticket sales when you do Zolocon and when you buy a ticket for this particular figure, a portion of those proceeds are going to go to the wolves, because they're not subsidy. They don't have government subsidies, and they're not like getting money from the government. They get it from normal people like you and I. So the idea here is to have them at the convention and also, do something for them. Thank you. But yeah, so the a lot of
to answer your question with the Flexors, actually, it was funny. I had proposed a while ago to do a Gate Night Flexor, and we needed interest for that, but whatever. But this is actually the prototype. This was what it looked like. This was the Gate Night prototype Flexor. It's a 1 of 1. I have him just sitting here next to my desk.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Love those figures.
get back to that? I like his like little pimp coat.
So another thing too that I was asked earlier in the week was, people asked me about this new figure Spectratron, and James claiming it. So obviously the idea for Spectratron is to make Spectratron figures. Like that has been the idea. We're going to be making the water glittery figures. So for trademark purposes, we actually put the figures up on the site. And a lot of people were asking me, I thought this was going to be I didn't think it was going to be this style body. I thought it was going to be, and I was like, no. So we hit it deep in the site. And it was funny that you can't hide anything from you guys.
I was surprised how they found that so fast.
Yeah, and we were still selling them. So and they're variants. I mean, there's a lot of variations to it. And you know what? Let me show you a couple things here.
But Spectratron is coming, right?
Yes, Spectratron is coming. So let me show you a couple things here in case you guys missed it, because I know a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions. And you know what? While we're at it, what the heck? So Spectratron is very interesting. So this is the new Tales from the Zoloverse box that you're getting here. Now this one isn't labeled, obviously, but it's the new Tales from the Zoloverse box that you see. All right. So there's that, and that's the and they come with accessories. But here's another cool one. So we also have. I don't know if you guys got into the pre-orders for the PowerCon exclusives, but take a look at that. So here's Necris, Elemental Force, and this is the PowerCon exclusive here. So if you missed this, you're going to want to get this because there's very, very, very limited amount of these that we're offering. And it's not us that's offering, it's PowerCon. So they bought, I'm not going to have these in stock. These are all bought by them at the convention. So here's Necris of what he looks like. So if you haven't gotten this figure, they're still on pre-order now. And the other thing that's really badass, and if you haven't missed it, or you have missed it, or you haven't bought it, is this guy. And again, he's going to also have a sticker. This is the Death Dealer, as you can see. And here's your Frazetta box. There's the new Frazetta box here. It shows the characters. And all right. You can see the museum changed their logo to this now. And I loved it so much that they went with this for the Wave 1 that I created. But yeah, so you have the Death Dealer. So, and this is the translucent smoke one for PowerCon. This is extremely, extremely limited. Extremely, extremely limited edition.
And that is not to be confused with the exclusive for the Frazetta Museum or whatever. So that is your third variant of Death Dealer, which I want all three. I have two now. Now I want that one. So way to go, Mike. Way to go. Making me want more toys.
Yeah, the Death Dealer is a cool piece. Yeah, so that would be absolutely the third variant. But we're rolling into about almost 50 minutes into the show here. So we'll want to take see if anybody else has any questions from here. And then you got two Spectratrons.
It's funny because there was a lot of questions from Night of the Living Dead, and now it's like those dudes aren't getting through, and that sucks. So we might open this back up to another Q&A for those guys just online for like an Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever kind of thing.
They can answer on here too. If they jump on here, they can actually say it. We'll see it because we get notifications for it as well.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like I said, the platform has not been the greatest to us. So, and honestly, man, this figure was never intended for sale. I'm going to be honest. Spectratron was never intended to be for sale. He was more for, getting him out there. It wasn't supposed to be an official release. It was just a side release. So it wasn't anything like really crazy, but very, very limited. Extremely, extremely limited figure.
Yeah.
Stupid limited figure at that. So, and they have like variant waists on some of them, and they're just like really, really fun. They're fun. Neat stuff.
Mike, this one's for you.
Yeah, of course. Yes. The idea is that we want to do a number of accessory packs on both the 5.5 and for 3 3/4. But yes, absolutely, we wanted to do another battle pack for sure.
So that's pretty much all on that level. I'm sure
Facebook user here. I see you guys as Facebook users, so I just want to make sure that like
we don't see names. So
but if you guys missed it, again, here's the retro reverse system. If you're just tuning in right now, I'm not pulling these apart, but they're gonna be fully interchangeable. There we go. Let's just do that. Fully interchangeable. Yeah. So you could see how the figures are going to articulate. The hands are removable. The legs are articulated. I mean, and removable. Sorry, heads are removable. So you'll be able to interchange pretty much a lot of this figure. And since they're pinned, you'll be able to pull the pins and actually make you can change them up color wise and stuff like that too.
And nobody else has done this yet. So, and that is a trademarked feature. So don't even think about it, buddy.
It's a signature feature of a lot of things that we do.
Yeah, but you know, everything you do gets ripped off. So
it is. I mean, like, but I think that, you know, people see good ideas and they're just like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and do this. But I want you guys to realize like where it's coming from first. And then, you know, I say it a lot. People think I'm crazy when I say it, but if you look at the timeline on a lot of this stuff, it's really, really insane of how much stuff actually came from here.
So just to kind of jump back in with what you're saying. So it's like if you have the Night of the Living Dead figures and you're just like, oh, I want Ben to have a new articulation, just pop, and you pop a new arm on. You can make him a modern figure or an old figure. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I like, honestly, as a fan of both action figures and, you know, Night of the Living Dead in general, it's something I've always wanted to do. And then when you were throwing the retro reverse thing around, it just made a lot of sense to have an older property with modern features. It's like such a cool way of re-energizing all these like lines that just never got enough attention or love.
Of course. That answer is obvious.
Yeah.
For 3 3/4 inch, yes, we're going to have a base body style that's going to allow for.
But that's going to come after.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So what we're doing for the figures. Okay. So first off, these figures are going to be really cost effective for everybody. So you'll be able to interchange them within themselves. But if you want to customize and say, oh, I want to get like a white, like just a blank body to paint and do your stuff with, you'll have the opportunity to do that also. Like we want to do like almost like an art toy kit type thing where you'll be able to do. You know, obviously, it won't have a head to it most likely. And if it does, it's going to be as generic as possible because we can't obviously do something with a license with that.
Correct.
But it'll be cool. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it. I really do.
There's Headless Ben. But we've actually gone back, and I'm sure some questions are going to be like, oh, about the neck and everything. So, yeah, like characters like Johnny, who we already announced for Night of the Living Dead, he will have – there you go.
So you can see it right here. It's a ball joint on the top of the head, yes. The retro reverse, okay?
That's the revised one.
Yeah, that's a ball joint right here. So when you see it, and again, this is a prototype, so, you know, I try to not do this too much.
Yeah.
But they'll snap on and snap off. So I'll give you that.
This is just pinned for painting, which I didn't paint. So,
but the cool thing with this would be, and I'm just going to throw it out there. Let's just say that we came out with a character that he was clean shaven and then he had a beard, right? So there's a clean shaven guy and then he has a beard also, right? So you got a bearded version and you have a clean shaven version. You can actually interchange the heads.
Yeah.
And you probably have something in a box that will show the two different heads in the, you know, you have one that's going to be here and the other one will be on the right-hand side of the box. So aesthetically, it's pretty badass. So I think that people are going to be really, 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 really into that. Not like Mantech though, unfortunately. It's not Mantech interchangeable because Mantech actually was all male connectors into female connectors, which is a little bit tough. To do with 3 3/4 and make it look cool. It'll look stupid if you were to do.
Hey, Mike, what toy line are you talking about?
Mantech.
Mantech action figures, the interchangeable system of robot warriors, weapons.
I had to. That was up for the guys.
We're gonna go to.
That was for the boys.
Are you going to do the graveyard?
Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that, buddy.
No, thank you.
Are you going to do the graveyard zombie? Yes, 100%. We will not forget about Bill Heinzman, the late great Bill Heinzman, who was one of the sweetest gentlemen on earth. Do miss him dearly. He is 100% on board. He will be somewhere shuffled in the first 2 waves. I'll say that because
there won't be a short zombies. Just put it that way. You guys,
no.
Well, what would you say? Just ghouls. I think it's cooler. To
Zombies,
say,
ghouls.
Yeah, because I play Fallout, as you know, and they're not. They're ghouls. They're every which way you could see it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. No, I could say just from looking at the list right now, it's like obviously. So we've announced Johnny, Ben. That's a given. You can't have Night of the Living Dead without Ben. So you know who else you're getting. I mean, wave 1 and 2, you're primarily going to get everyone from the farmhouse at some point, but which version are you getting? Because like, let's look, again, so you have characters like Ben. Okay. So Ben initially, like you get different versions. I'm just putting this out there for people who are going to have questions, who are like, oh, he doesn't look like that at 2 minutes and 3 minutes. And so Ben walks in traditionally with a cardigan for like 2 seconds. No, Ben's not going to come with his cardigan. I'll tell you right off the bat, Ben does not come with his cardigan. And then, throughout the movie, he rolls up his sleeves. So you have to really look at the character and say, what is the most iconic look and what is best for the customer, not only just as a figure, but for the customizer. Are your zombies or ghouls going to have rolled up sleeves? So if you buy 2 of Ben and like you want to do something else with him, it's what is best for the people who are purchasing. So that I'm gonna call. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. But yeah, no, there's a bunch of ghouls, a lot of people in the house, and the playset looks cool as hell. So we're hoping that the pre-orders go through. Let's see here. I met Judy, George, Russ, and Jack. Great people, and it's from PA. They are amazing. They are all amazing. Once actually stood out in the rain with my mom for 4 hours just to meet George. It was my one and done with him, and I never got to meet him again. And I wish he was still around. But Mike and I were actually out with Judith O'Day, not Judy from the farmhouse, but Judith O'Day Barbara. We were out with her, a few months ago. We were getting some drinks with her. So that's fun.
Yeah, it feels like a while ago, but you're right. It was not that long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here they are.
What'd you find?
Well, I found I found this. So this is pretty cool. So people can actually see the full figure now.
Oh, there we are. Mike's customizing live on air. There he is, the Ice Wolf Warrior.
Yeah. So
now he's gonna have fur too, right?
It's in the bag. I didn't pull that out.
Yeah.
But there he is. Yeah. This is gonna be a wild figure, man. I could see a lot of customizable things with this.
Oh, you know what though? I'm sure since we're having a problem with the comments and everything, somebody asked me last week and then the week before, since we've announced this, but it's something I see people asking, and I try not to address it because it's like, thank you, Krista.
Hey,
the problem with other lines. I know a lot of people have said like, hey, and I just want to get it out there. You have, we're not, I'll say right off the bat, right now at this moment, we're not looking at Land of the Dead or anything post Land of the Dead. Right now, it would be like Night, Dawn, Day. That would be cool. So everything is indicative on how night sells. If night's cool, we move on. And then we move on. People have been asking Mike and myself constantly, is Dawn of the Dead happening? I'm just going to put this out there. There is talks. There's no yes. There's no no. There is talks. So Dawn of the Dead is something being talked about right now. It just something that there's going to be different ways to do it, if possible. I could say that. You'll get something.
We're trying. We're just trying. I think that's the idea. But again, a lot of this is hinging on these pre-orders to get once we start getting these, this is going to be don't delay on it. You're going to want to get these the moment they open up. Like with every pre-order that we do, a lot of this stuff sells out. We've had sellouts during pre-order in within like 2-3 days. You know what I mean? So you're going to want to jump into that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Day would be really good. And I think Day of the Dead is equal to Night and Dawn in terms of fun. Day is tricky though. A lot of people have attempted to do Day of the Dead, but you only ever get 2 figures. You get Dr. Tongue and you get Bub. So it's like we would want to do Rhodes. One of my favorite zombies ever is the one in the beginning from the opening credits, which I think is the strongest opening credits in film history. The marching band zombie. She scared the shit out of me as a kid. So there's that. And then there's, like I said, there's one other horror company out there right now. And it would just be a dream to work with them. They have so much good product under their banner. And there's some talks. So everything is really dependent on how these Night of the Living Dead pre-orders go. People are looking, people are watching. And like I even said, like with Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead is happening. And if the sales are good, you're going to get more stuff. That's a lock. But we need you to help us make this all happen.
Well, I think the other thing is too, and I mentioned this earlier, is that these figures aren't a Kickstarter. This is a pre-order. These are going to happen. Wave 1 at minimum is going to happen. And
Absolutely.
fans is going to push that into here. So you're not waiting like a crazy amount of time. We do this when we're in production. We don't do this where people, and anybody that's purchased Zoloworld products knows this, is that you're not buying these. And I'm not saying this to step on anybody. I'm not saying this to say this about another company. I'm just saying it 100% about Zoloworld and what we do and what and how we work. That when you order this, you are placing an order for the figures. You're not placing an order for us to get ready to tool these or to, anything else. The tooling is already going to be done. All the stuff that we do, we slate for the year. So anything that you see is getting done. Like we're actually doing it. And with that being said, that gives you the opportunity, and we want to give you the opportunity to not wait as long for the toys, because a lot of times when you do these specific types of things like Kickstarter or various pre-orders where you're actually paying for tools, tools take a long time. Like tools take a long time. Like this is something that there's a whole process. So right now I'm showing Craig that there is a long time to get down the friction points, to get down the right things, to make sure the figures are interchanging correctly and everything. Can you imagine? We said, "Oh, we're gonna make this available to you now." Like come in, pre-order this now, and you pre-ordered this like next week, next Friday, right? And we weren't in tooling. This would take years.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to take your money and sit on it.
Yeah, because this would take years. Because what you're doing is, first off, you got to raise the funds, right? And then you got to pay the factory the way that this works. So this is already in the works, guys. This is something that's happening. This is already in the works. It's not going to take you that far ahead because this is the way that we work. So the beauty of this is that once you get a handle on the toys and you like them, the faster, once you pre-order and you see exactly what we're doing and you like this, the sky's the limit with them. And that's what we're hoping for, is that a whole nother world of, action figures that you're going to be able to work with, and multiple licenses. This is not just the only license that we're doing. We have multiple licenses that we're working with.
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of them comes down to an estate where it's like you have and a lot of people don't realize this. Like you have people who can make a really kick-ass bootleg figure, but we're not doing that. We don't want to do bootlegs. It has to be licensed through either an estate a film company or an actor directly. So there's multiple outlets to get characters done. It depends which way we have to do certain things. So, like I said, sky's the limit really with us. Oh, hold on. We do have a question. I also paid attention to the AC license in the past with other companies. Do you think the license is not too familiar with that, to be honest with you? Not too familiar with that. I know McFarlane had the fly at one point.
Cronenberg is amazing. I would love to even do a toy of him in particular.
Well, they had the McFarlane one, which was like...
No, I'm talking about Cronenberg himself. Like, I would love to do a Cronenberg toy. Can you imagine? How
that
cool?
would be great.
You know, like, oh, no, we're not interested in your series. We're interested in you. And then you make him... Well, I don't even want to say anything because another toy company will do it. I have a lot of ideas for Cronenberg. He's like one of my favorite. I think he is the most underrated film producer for some reason. I see his shit and it's like, wow.
Well,
you're just blown away by it.
We just got a message from Jack who's going to sign off for a second. So, Jack, we're going to bring you back for 1 second just to say goodbye.
Oh, crap.
So we're going to just say goodbye to you. Unless she just signed off. Oh, she's out. Jack, thank you for joining us for a little bit. So now you guys got to meet the lady behind putting human clothes on these figures. So she is responsible for that.
We really, appreciate that too for her hopping in. I know, with her schedule and everything, it make it kind of crazy. So we had her in a back room for a while. So, sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, as far as licensing is concerned, it's really odd because it depends on who you're working with and
sure.
Who do you go to, right? And after it's all said and done, does it work for what we're doing? Because a lot of these companies want to be in like Target and Walmart, and that's something that we, would it be something that we would do if it fits what we're doing? And sure,
right. But
for this, it absolutely it doesn't.
Just in case there's people watching, I mean, this is for future use for anyone watching. A lot of companies, and this is kind of behind the scenes, peeling back the curtain for a second. A lot of companies, film companies, don't realize what goes into making an action figure. They'll hit you with something immediately, like, "I want 50%."
Mm-hmm.
They don't realize indicatively like how tooling works, how sculpting works, how much a seamstress is, how much packaging is, how much packaging design is. 90% of toy makers are just lucky to break even, and it just becomes a passion project. So it's very crazy. So,
well, we have Jack here actually. So let's
say goodbye?
Let's bring her on real quick.
What do you want?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry about that. I know you prepared for a little bit. So
yeah, we read that you have to go. I got your private message.
I just want to say hi and bye.
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye.
So on behalf of everybody, pre-thanking Jack for making some kick-ass clothing for the factory to follow her pattern. So when you guys see the clothing on the figures, that's all Jack. We just sent her the designs, and she is the maestro behind clothing.
One of them. Every single toy she's putting out each individual toy.
She's hand making everything in our sweatshop.
Yep. This is a green screen in the background.
That's it.
With human clothes on all the toys.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
There
it is.
She just made that. She just sewed that right now.
I love this guy.
And he loves you.
Oh, stop.
They are cool.
He tells me things.
I see the type in the audience too now. Let's look at that.
But yes, Jack, we will not hold you hostage.
It's past my bedtime. You know that.
No, that.
Oh yeah, it's 8 now. Yeah.
You go to sleep at like 3 in the afternoon.
It's true. I do.
The non-vampire, the Yesferatu.
The Yesferatu.
Yes.
That was pretty good, right?
That was good. You got me on that before. So.
Yesferatu. Wow, that's cool.
Thank you ever so much for stopping by on this. You are the first gal to ever stop by on our show. So we do know ladies, people. We are friends with ladies. So it's not just Mike and I on the phone 24/7.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm even shocked.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. And yeah, we'll definitely all catch up here in a little bit and make sure that everything is rocking here, and then we're going to be showing some prototypes soon of that stuff too. So
as soon as she has the dress, we'll say this: as soon as she has a dress ready, we'll show the next figure.
Yes, we will.
Cool. Thank you,
Thanks,
Diaz.
guys.
Talk to you later.
Thank
Talk
you,
to
Jack.
you later. Bye.
Bye.
So that was Jack, and we'll have her on as soon as we have some clothes ready for human clothes for our figures. That's actually why. So funny story. We have another figure ready to go, but she's currently nude. So that's why we're showing Ben first. We were actually going to show the full of one of the female figures, but that would be inappropriate. So
Yeah.
Clothed Ben, looking very dapper and fancy.
I want to throw it out there for the people here because we're over the hour mark here, so I want to definitely make sure that we do that, and we'll probably close it up here very shortly to try to get any type of questions from the people here.
Let's try the Q&A again. I'm sure it's not working, but hello there, Facebook user. We don't see names. Sorry. We have a Q&A opened up, so if you have any questions about licenses or just a comment, what you want us to do, what you want to see, let us know. Let us know. Now is the time, or forever hold your peace. And then, Mike, do you have a terrible toy memory? Because
oh man,
do you have one? Can you think of one? Just so we can play that damn clip.
I've been so just not feeling well today. It's been really crazy. I've been limping.
Question. This one's more directed at you.
Yeah, so there are things that we're trying to get. It's crazy because the once we get toys, it's going to change a lot of things. Like we want to have like outside of the prototyping stage, like actual test shots that we can show some of these game things. But yes, there are definitely things that we are trying to look into, just to say that, and some really, really cool ideas too. Some really, really cool stuff.
Several really large companies, and I do mean several, have actually said, like, we want to see how Night of the Living Dead goes with you guys. They want to feel the quality. They want to make sure everything's cool, but they do want to work with us, which is so rad. So everything is really dependent on Night of the Living Dead. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then not only Night of the Living Dead, I'm saying that like that. We got the Realm of the Underworld coming in that. Oh, here's a good question. That would be cool in 5.5.
You know what you do though? The easiest way to do that is you just make it Nightmare Warriors and just make them that. And they're Army of Darkness. You could do that and actually have it licensed so they're not screwed over when they came out. Watch another company do that shit immediately.
Yeah,
like oh, that's a great idea. Let me go ahead and do that.
You know what would have been the best? The biggest dropped ball I've ever seen in a video game figure was for video games was Castlevania. When NECA had Castlevania, they did such a good job. And it was like wave one, you had Dracula, Alucard, the Succubus, and Simon Belmont. And then they just stopped. And then I know they tried to bring it back. And then it just kind of went nowhere. And that was because of Konami. Konami is very hard to get a license from. So that would be my dream license. But I don't see that happening. I just don't.
Well, I think the sky is the limit, especially when you actually start seeing what the toys are. Well, once you get a licensor seeing the toys and you can put that tangible product in their hands, I think that changes. As far as Night of the Living Dead is concerned, I think the accessories, yeah, of course, like all accessories, Jason, like I've always noticed, sometimes the packaging and accessories makes the toys. I mean, like, how do they fight? What do they do? What is the actions that they make? And that's something that goes beyond our retro reverse system. We want to have these guys doing stuff and having accessories that they're known for, right?
Yeah, especially a
very good rider. The chances are great.
I think the most important accessory for Night of the Living Dead would most likely be the trowel. Would you agree?
You can. There are ways you can like put that in everything though. Like that trowel can go for like a lot of things. You can make it where it just doesn't make sense for toys.
Yeah.
What are the characters? Okay.
We have a lot of people commenting, but we don't have names, so apologizing.
No, it's fine. Last Starfighter. Yeah, that's cool. I want to tell you a real quick story about those two. I was at Chiller Theater, and the Last Starfighter folks were there. It was I can only wish. Mad
That's no one could do that right now.
So the Last Starfighter, real quick, the two actors and the actresses, I walked into the room and they were both talking to each other and they snapped a picture of both of them. They both looked at me and there was some dork in the room saying, "No, you gotta ask for their permission." And I was like, "Oh, really? Just snap a picture?" You know, like tell that to the fucking paparazzi, man. You go ahead and say that to them. See if they're gonna pay them. Weapon or tools? Yeah, of course. But and they were all upset, but they had no idea that maybe in the future they could have been an action figure. You know what I mean? And they gave me like the stink eye, man.
Always be nice to your fans because you never know who wants to make a toy of you.
You never know what they want to do to you.
That Simon looked like he. It's funny because the Netflix one actually is fantastic. That show is just so kick ass, and Simon does kind of look like He-Man on the box art. But the Netflix show went with Diamond. Those figures, like I'm friends with the guys from Diamond, so they're great. But I'll say, even though I'm friends with them, they totally fumbled the ball on Wave 2 because they didn't make enough. If you look at the prices for Wave 2, see, like that's what Mike and I are trying to prevent. The Wave 2 figures for Castlevania, Dracula is hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That's the main character of Castlevania. Why was there only a few made? Why was there not enough to go around? Who knows? But that where every character from Night is going to be made in even distribution, even numbers, and everyone's going to have a chance, but they are super limited. So, I have not seen The Boys. Mike, do you watch The Boys?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I've seen The Boys. I didn't know they were made figures. Well, I did know they made figures, but I wasn't really interested in it. I like the series. That was pretty neat. But the problem today is like everybody's doing everything with toys and for a series, which obviously they're appeasing to the casual collector, right?
Sure.
So you're going to have just the most ridiculous series of things. And Mego is known for this. And not saying anything about Mego other than the fact that like, it's amazing how they had licenses locked in for, like the Facts of Life and stuff, and you look at that and it's like, holy crap. But if you do that, you do anything, man. That's what I've been seeing anyways.
You're not going to see the Facts of Life with us. There will be no 2D Joe, Blair, and
no, we're going to make things. We're going to make things. It's going to be actually like really crazy.
We're going to make exclusive figures from Three's Company.
Necris versus. Okay, so one of the cool things that I wanted to do, Nick, was I talked to when we were doing Frazetta. One of the ideas was to do a Realm of the Underworld versus Frazetta series, and you would have like, Jungle Lord fighting Acromancer, or Slayer, going up against like Night Stalker, any of those characters for the Frazetta stuff. And they seem like they liked the idea, but it was really tough because they didn't also understand exactly what I was proposing. And I think it would be really, really fun. I mean, like you would have like Death Dealer fighting, like Crisis, you know what I mean? Like you have the Undead Warrior fighting, or Hercules, and it's just really, really neat stuff. I mean, like Warrior Ball and Chain versus, so it'd be neat. It would be really neat to see something like that. Because they did a lot of things. They did a lot of things that were influential in just with their paintings. And if we could use, another thing too is Frazetta Wave 2, right? That should be coming soon. Like we should be talking about that pretty soon too. So you guys, yes, you're hearing it here first that this is going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. I mean, I've had this talk already, and they're all enthusiastic to hear what is coming next. So
yeah, there's more Frazetta coming for sure. Phantom of the Paradise is something I think would be super cool. Not at the front runner, but something that would be fun to do. I don't know the audience other than like just, I don't know if there's 600 people that would want that, but if there is, that'd be kick ass. That'd be fun to do.
So how about like interchangeable Garfield toys?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
How
How about Gazorpazorp Field? How about him?
Yes.
Gazorpazorp Field.
That would be fun.
Why are you so mad? Why are you so mean, Gazorpazorp Field? He's like, leave me alone. Of course, he didn't say it that way. It was a lot.
No.
And I'm trying to keep this clean.
There's a lot of funny Garfield things out there. There's like one with like a giant Garfield, and he's always terrorizing John, and John's always bloody and scratched up. And it says, "I require lasagna, Jonathan," and it's terrifying. It's terrifying. Yeah, Underoos would be fun.
No,
Yo, what would be really crazy to do, and I know we're not going to do it, so I'll say it. I don't care. Do you remember a show when we were little? Now it's funny that she's in Dawn of the Dead, and I grew up on. I'm slightly younger than you, so. Do you remember a show? And you're Pittsburgh. You're a Pennsylvania guy.
That's Craig. That question's for Craig, by the way, the last one. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Do you remember a show called Romper Room?
Yes, I do. Of course.
You do. Okay, so did you have Miss Molly growing up? Was she like your Romper Room host?
I can't remember, dude. I remember it.
Yeah, the magic mirror.
Oh, yes, that's who it was. Yeah.
So Miss Molly is in Dawn of the Dead. It's insane. So if you grew up on Romper Room, there's your Dawn of the Dead connection. And what else is weird? I know where this conversation is going to go, and it's nowhere good. Mr. McFeely from Mr. Rogers, who also played who, Mike?
He played Chief Woodenhead in Creepshow.
One night we were out with Jim, and we were talking about Mr. McFeely, and then I was just talking about Creepshow, and out of nowhere, Mike turns around and he goes, "Oh, Mr. McFeely played
with the drugs I was taking."
Mike goes, "Oh."
I was lit. It was like, and Jim got angry. He was like,
he threw hands at you.
He was like, "What? What did you say?"
No, he goes. Mike thought,
no, not for. He was never that in Creepshow.
He's like, no, but you were ridiculous because you really thought that Mr. McFeely played old Chief Woodenhead from Creepshow too. But that will always be a joke with us. So what happened was Mr. McFeely would deliver Mr. Rogers little film reels. Those film reels, the early ones, were directed by George Romero. So there's something for you guys. If you learn something new tonight, God bless. Here we go. So how about Gate Guardians of the Zoloverse line? We just talked about this, last week?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where there's 7 gates to the underworld in the original story that we did. Well, it was more like, it was your story, and then I peppered things through it.
Yeah, you had a Gate Guardians, which was cool.
I had the 7 Gate Guardians, and this is one of them, Gate Knight. This is a Flexor, but the official figure was released last Halloween. The 7 Gate Guardians were designed, and then ultimately it was like, well, we don't want to force people to buy things. So as of this moment,
Coffin Maker one, isn't he?
Gate Knight. No,
Coffin Maker was never one.
Coffin Maker was his own thing.
Okay.
Which is funny because
that would have been pretty badass.
I think only one person ever saw this, and that was Nick, who's in our comment section right now. And I'll show everyone this. When we sold Coffin Maker, what
is that? Anger of the Gods?
No, God, no! I won't show that on here. when we sold Coffin Maker originally, there was a limited number, and I really wanted one. But I said, no, I can't because there was a limited number. So I don't even have my own figure. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to make a 1-of-1 just for myself. And that was a Flexor.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, I love Flexors. If I don't know why people don't talk, like I know a lot of people have them, but no one talks enough about them because these are some of the most awesome figures to smash around. These figures absolutely kick ass, the Flexors. I love them. And when you were first prototyped them years ago, I was always playing with them. And then when I would play with them, I would rip through them and I'd like hide them away. Because like the initial prototypes, you could bend the wire and snap them.
Yeah.
So I'd take your figures and then you design them Craig proof.
Yeah, they were made better. Yeah, they were made better from the
they're so good. I got an emancipated no pelt. Uh-oh.
Huh?
Now anything but plastic. I'm confuzzled.
Gate Knight. Oh, he got a regular Gate Knight a while ago. That's what it was.
Oh. Well, we might have something in the future.
Yeah, we'll probably have something over there. It wouldn't be.
We'll have some accessories in the future. So, oh no! How did you break them? I can't even break them. I've tried. I'm insane with these things. Like I cannot break them. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up soon. So if you guys have any other line questions and or suggestions, we'd love to answer any questions you guys have.
Yes. Today was a little rough start for me today, so I'm trying to stay afloat here.
So we'll do a 2-second terrible toy memory, and then we'll get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Let's.
And then we might. You know what? We can throw another hint somewhere before we close. It'll be another hint of another license that we may or may not be working with.
Well, that would be interesting, man. That would be very interesting for superheroes. But everybody's doing superheroes, so it makes it like kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
There'll have to be superheroes that people haven't done yet.
Reminding me of the LJNs. Yes, only a hell of a lot more flexible.
I'll tell you a terrible toy memory that sucked.
Oh, well, you can't just tell us a terrible toy memory, Mike.
Okay. Right.
We did pay someone overseas for this intro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's true.
So without further ado, because we missed the last show, terrible toy memories.
Now it's time for Terrible Toy Memories on Mike and Craig versus the past. Let's tell some stories about these terrible toy memories.
Never fucking gets old. Never fucking gets old.
Just wow. I mean, that's whew. Okay. So this happened recently. This wasn't like I don't even know if I ever brought this up on the show or brought it up anywhere. I kind of kept it kind of quiet because it sucks. I had a bunch of people come over to my shop at one point, and I don't, openly discuss this, so it's going to be known now. So it's going to be actually like, but I used to have a ring wraith that I pulled from a factory sealed carton, like from, I bought a Knickerbocker ring wraith, and it was absolutely sealed, beautiful. It's real. It's the one on the site that you're seeing, and I pulled that one from a carton. And one of my friends came up and he asked me, "Is it okay if I bring a couple of my buddies?" And I said, "Sure." And you always think your friends are going to be fine or whatever, and I end up having to run out real quick. And I was like, "Listen, man, I'll be right back." And I wasn't gone for not more than 20 seconds or 30 seconds. I ran something because our post office is literally next door when we mail our stuff. And I ran out real quick because I didn't have a crew here, nothing. So, and when I got back, I was like, okay, it was just a couple boxes or whatever for UPS or whatever. I can't remember because UPS also comes over there. And we were hanging and talking, and then all of a sudden, the dude was acting like really weird before he left, and he walked out the door, sweating bullets. And I was like, "You're not going to get anything?" He's like, "No, man, I'm good." And he looked sick. So I was like, "Wow, what the hell's going on?" Well, it goes to show what happened is that, and at the time, I have cameras all throughout my shop here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's cameras everywhere, right? And it prompted me because back then I really didn't have that area covered with cameras. You know what I mean? Like I did, but it was like, okay, what is it? What is he looking at? You know what I mean? Like you can't really tell. Now I could tell everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So apparently this dude took my ring wraith, right? And he left with it. So when I called him on it, he denied it up and down, said no, because when he left, I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm looking around for this thing, and yeah, it was ripped off. Today, that condition ring wraith is around $3,000 or $3,500 for that. Yeah. And I remember pulling that back in the day from carton. Yeah, it's something that's irreplaceable for me. You know what I mean? And I think I know who bought it because, you know, you always have these other people that get out there and buy stuff like that. But, like, it sucks. So the moral of this story is that, like, you can't trust everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't. And these are people that would buy things for me. You know, they've bought stuff online for me. And I think he's come one other time to my shop, and it turned into like a really, really, really bad situation. And yeah, since then I really amped up the security in here.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, this is obviously a private place, so I don't allow too many.
You have cameras in your bathroom too.
Yeah.
I've noticed them. Believe me.
I have cameras everywhere here, man. Like, so I don't, it sucks because like I said, the amount of, you know, you want to make sure that when you're bringing someone in, wherever you're doing, just know the people, man. You definitely want to know. You definitely want to know the people for sure.
Well, if that's your terrible toy memory, I'll piggyback. Mine's a little quicker, and it just goes to show that you just can't trust anybody. Was I was a teenager at the time, and I mean, I used to have people over at the house all the time, just like tons of people, just hang out or whatever. And I'm a toy collector since I'm a little kid, just like you. So I just have toys. And it was like, whenever people came over, it was such like a good vibe from high school. And like, everyone was so cool. And it was like, you always, your first thought is to trust everybody. Yeah. Use my computer. Yeah. Play with my toys. I had this one friend, he's a jerk off now, but you know, he would break stuff deliberately. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, he would take stuff and throw it at the wall. He's like, oh, they're toys. No, they're collectibles, man. I'm like, fucking relax, go ruin your own shit. But one day I come down and there's a bunch of stuff from Ronin Warriors, and I remember that specifically, just gone out of their spot. And I'm like, where is everything? And you know, everyone's like, oh, you probably just misplaced it. You know, toy collectors out there, you know where your stuff is, you know what you have. They're like, oh, maybe the figure was incomplete. Okay, so you took it. You know, it's like right there. And everyone that was over that day denies, oh, I didn't see this, I didn't do that. Fine. Go outside 2 or 3 days later. I look on my lawn and there's accessories. And the accessories literally went from the front door to the street. So whoever had them just had a handful of stuff and walked, and I guess to the car, and they dropped like 2 or 3 accessories. And I was like, oh, okay. Through the years through eBay, I rebuilt those figures, but it was like, you know, come on now. So you can't trust anyone.
Yeah, it's something like this that was a felony. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking, this is something where people would come out and, you know, this day and age, you know how everything is. So I'd wrote him a few times and said, look, man, you know, just return it. Just return it, man. Like, I don't want to have to put you on blast. I don't have to do this or whatever. He said, I didn't take it, man. I didn't take it. And he swore up and down that he didn't take it. And my philosophy is, if you don't have proof, I mean, I could see him looking at something. I could see him grabbing something. Obviously, he didn't buy anything when he was here, but it's one of those things where you have to honestly, you know, now, like I said before, now if it happened today, he'd be roasted. Like, I'd have that shit all over online. I would be calling him out, saying, dude, return this stuff right now. Everything. I'm gonna be like, oh, listen, the police is involved. Like, but there are certain things you can't do, because I did contact the police, and the first thing that they said was that, well, there is issues with the video because you can't really zoom in to what he's actually looking at. I was like, son of a bitch. So since then, like I said before, you wise up, but that's a pretty large toll on that. But again, I I don't, it's no offense to anybody. It really isn't. But I know a lot of people ask me, he's like, I want to come up to your shop. I want to check out your shop. And it's no, I don't. This is a private thing that I have here. You know what I mean? It's like your basement, right? Or your house. You know what I mean? Like you don't, this is not one of those things that I open up for anybody. And
right.
It sucks because like when that whole thing went down, it was like a big learning experience for me that this is real. This happens. Like, and no matter how much money they spend with you in the past,
you can't trust anyone. Like I said, like I had so many friends, and like I said, they'd come over. Remember back in the day too, you have friends over and they go, I'm taking some CDs from you. I'll bring them back tomorrow. Fine, take the CDs. Or like, I'm going to make a mixtape on the computer. Make a mixtape. They'd make. You'd rip a song, you'd whatever. And it was cool. You'd make a bundle of CDs. Maybe it was just like my friends were weird, but we'd make each other music CDs and stuff. And, even VHSs. We had like the 2 VCRs hooked up and you'd copy a movie and illegal. But,
people don't realize this either. It's like, I got it just as tough as anybody else. You know what I mean? Like when you're trying to find these figures and find it in that condition, it's not like I'm rolling out of bed and having this stuff always offered to me. You know what I mean? Like this was a once in a lifetime deal that you're never going to replace. So every single ring wraith that I see online, I'm examining it, seeing what's going on. And, what is it? How does an insurance claims adjuster deal with? It's really bad, Jason. You need actual collectible insurance. And a lot of those companies, they open and close the same year. Like they don't even stay in business. I've seen one insurance company opened up, and 3 years later they were gone. And so now what? So now you're putting all this money out on insurance, and the next thing you know, it's like it's meaningless.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. I don't trust them as much as I don't trust these people. Honestly, like it's so tough. Like what you got to do is and that's why I'm always saying this is, security, man, security. I'm pounding this into people's heads. Like you gotta have security over insurance. Like that is the thing. Security is your insurance. Like you put that out, you make sure you have cameras set up and stuff.
Every single room needs a camera. And whether you think you're safe or not, every single room, your garage, your bedroom, if you're a weirdo, your living room, outside, every inch, camera. That is your lifeline as not only a collector, but a human being. Because really people are just fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy.
And when people ask me, it's like, I'd like to, come on up. I'm going to fly out or whatever. And I want to tell them, no, it's really cool. And thank you. There's only a handful of people that I would actually say I'm cool with doing that. I'm cool with you coming over and doing that and hanging out. Right now, I've closed my circle of friends a lot. You know this, man, over the years. Yeah. Like
I'm not even your friend.
Yeah, come on. I used to have whoever coming over, and it turned out now that I am very constrictive of my friendships with people and who I talk to and what I tell them. And because you don't know people until you know people. Like when we had all that crazy shit happening with my cases being stolen, the case designs, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like trying to let people know, like, hey man, this is messed up. And then there was people on their side. There was people literally on their side, like saying, no, that's not your design. It's like, are you serious with me right now?
I never understood why people not only did that, but it's like, again, it's why would you now explain to me like I'm stupid for a second. If you've designed a case, right, and it's really good, it's a really good case, why would someone want to make the same exact thing that you're making? Why not create a case for a different line?
Because they're not innovative. They're thieves. And what they do is they steal and then they'll go ahead and do it based on the simple fact that I don't have it in stock at the moment. And the issue becomes that a number of fans then come out and say, well, you let them eat your lunch, or you've done this, or you've done that. But the innovation comes from Zoloworld. If Zoloworld was not here in the industry, this would be a really dank fucking place, like a very sad place. Because think about it. That case was my design. I literally drew that case. That was my first case. That's why it was called a Zolo case, right? So again, I look at that and I look at, and you see your circle of friends, and then you see the people on the outside of this speaking on behalf of those people. And it's like, are you serious with me right now?
Do you remember, I have to cut you off on this because it's really funny. It's really funny. One of the people that event. I don't want to give names or anything because I'm not trying to stir the pot. But do you remember one of the people who have copied your case? Someone left them a Facebook message that says, "Hey, do you have any Zolo cases?"
Oh yeah, yeah. That always, because and the thing is, they're very quick to say it because it's amazing that and again, it's like they compared it to tires. Like I've seen someone send something to me. It's like Goodyear or whatever. No, Goodyear. Look, it's like comparing a star case, a basic design star case, to a signature case, or like your bank account. Like you can't utilize my bank account and use my signature. Like, what are you doing? And this is what people did, and everybody was for them. They're like, oh yeah, they can do that. It's kind of like, no, really, like you can only go as far. Look, you can, right? You can. And I'll say this, but where are you trying to get to your company? You're only never going to be as good as me, number one. You will never, ever reach the potential that you can, right? Yeah. So you already railroaded yourself. Like you've come out of the gate, you've already railroaded yourself. If I was to give advice to a company like this, I would say, no, beat me in every facet of my game to make a better case. Make a case that's going to be better than mine without my design. Don't use my designs. Well, you've already done it. We're this, we're that. No, you're using the designs that we've created. So when we came out with the form fit, I'm positive he threw a computer out the window. Like literally that day, it was like, bam, here's the form fit right here, form fit case. And at this point, we've already called them out of the industry. So if anybody was to copy, it's like, look, guys, you copied. You know,
that was like Matty Collector. If people remember that shitbag website.
We put them out of business. You know that, right?
That was with the case.
You know, we put them out of business, right? Like Matty Collector. Yeah. So the issue was they had so much back stock in cases that they couldn't sell them when we reduced their prices down to the same point because their stuff was trash. So they couldn't sustain. So that's why they fired Night Lake. They fired like a whole bunch of people. They closed the company down because of those. They couldn't sustain. Like that was it. Yeah.
And now he's homeless.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
living in the Mattel warehouse.
That's I was hearing the other day that he was under a bridge. Like he was doing stuff under a bridge for nickels.
In El Segundo.
In El Segundo, under a bridge for nickels. And I don't even know what was going on. Like I don't know.
Oh, Jason. Yeah. If there was a comment of the night, this would be that. I remember very vividly some figures would be
like trash. It's complete trash.
That
he flipped it.
that website was like PTSD. Like some figures would sell out in 10 seconds and you'd have to keep refreshing and you were in the waiting queue.
And drugs constantly.
But before we close up, there was one question.
We can't close up yet. I just realized this. We had a conversation yesterday about superpowers.
Oh, Christ. Yes, but I do want to answer this question.
Real quick. We're going to make it real fast, and I want to see your guys' input on this, okay?
This question was really good, though. Hold on. I just want to answer this. Black suit guy from oh, my God, tongue twister, because I'm saying it too fast. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, German silent film, 1919, I believe, or 1912. I don't know, one of them. Nosferatu was 1922. I think it was 1912. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent here. Super 7 did Dr. Caligari, which is not the interesting character. People wanted Caesar, and then they said that low sales, and this is going to go for our future toy lines. Low sales were the reason they couldn't make the character everybody wanted. We're going to do a middle ground with all our toy lines where it's like, if there's a character that you really want, it's going to be in wave 1, and a character you maybe sort of like in wave 2. In wave 1. And that's how we'll go, make sure everybody's happy. Because like in a movie, I like weirdo characters. That's like, you want to make sure everybody's happy. So don't release the character nobody likes first.
We just picked up so many more people now because they want to hear me rant. Everyone's like, oh, he's doing it.
Nightwing. What was that? That's exactly what I just said to you on the phone before. Batman Who Laughs is one of the worst figures I have ever seen.
Yeah, so we had this conversation, and I think the issue is this, is like, I think we just brought this up, and you're like, you got to mention this on the show, and I was like,
yeah.
So I have superpowers here, right? I bought those figures. I bought a few of them. Well, I didn't buy them. My dad bought them, and in turn, I bought them for my dad because, I didn't want my dad to buy them.
You bought your dad?
You pretty much, yeah. So I got these figures, and I have the original superpowers. Like I have them on cards. when you're trying to do a retro figure, when you're trying to do a retro figure, wouldn't you think that you would try to make it as retro as possible, so make it like associatable, right? So when you look at the figure, it's like, okay, so I got Batman sitting here, and I'll show you, right, what this is.
Yeah.
So I got Batman right here, and Batman doesn't look anything like a Superpowers Batman. Like, this does not look like Superpowers Batman from the original series. Like, if you look, I got a Batman over there, as a matter of fact, I could pull him. But he there's so much wrong with the figure, right? And then, like, the card, yeah, great card. But there's a lot of things here that they're missing the mark on, okay? And this is coming from a company. Now, again, I'm going to face scrutiny from him. I know it, and he's going to call me out on it again. But I don't care, and I'm willing to take the blows from him because he's a bully. He's a fucking bully. But it's fine. Fuck him. I don't care. And you know what? And he heard that, so it's fine. But he did these figures, and they're not retro. Like, okay, so they're retro articulated, right? So he shows all this retro articulation. He's like, yeah, it's going to have the retro articulation to it. But the problem with this figure is that it doesn't do it for me like it would if he was to make the same type of body style, right? If he was to make the same mold of the body and then run those with the actual look of the cards, sort of like what Mego is doing today, or sort of like what you're seeing with Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a great example. Or Indiana Jones. We even talked about this. New Indiana Jones toys. You look at those things and it's like you're half staff immediately walking in the store. You want to push kids to the ground to get them. So the idea here is that my problem with these figures is you don't get that same feeling, and that's why these things are rushing to clearance. And look, I don't talk shit on a lot of companies. I really don't. I don't like to talk shit on it, and I know that I'm gonna face crap from him because he's gonna call me out. But whatever, I don't care. Like I said before, so he did the Flash. He did this one here. Wouldn't it be cool? And I know you watch. I guarantee it's gonna be forwarded to him.
Because I'm going to forward it to him.
Imagine this being Spawn. Imagine this being Cyborg, right? Coming out of the gate as Cyborg, as the original Cyborg, but then change the colors up slightly and make it just like the same thing. So you got Spawn in this style. Like, you do the same style that you would have from the fucking original Superpowers line. Then you do Cyborg. You do like we even mentioned the Max, right? You do like a Max character that looks like this because they've done Calabac and all those other characters. So you do some really cool shit that, you know, I really want to have. You know, if I was to buy these or want to get into this series, you want to make some really cool things with this, not just this guy. And, you know, not looking like this. They could have did a whole lot different. And let's call a spade, right? You're doing retro. Wouldn't you think you would do it in the same spin of retro where you would have the soft heads, right? You'd have like a soft-headed figure where, you know, because the originals were soft-headed. They actually had like vinyl or like PVC to an ABS core right here, and they'd have action features, right? So does this have action? Have you pulled these off the card?
No.
You haven't pulled it off the card?
No, they don't have action features.
So I don't understand, like, how are you calling the series Superpowers when it's not Superpowers?
So,
So yes, I get it. I get what you're saying, but how?
So it was kind of and I'm using a phrase, but it's not 100% accurate to what I'm trying to get across. It's a cash grab. You're hitting the nostalgia, and this is for how we're doing licensing and everything. Things have to make sense. So if you look at the name Superpowers, check, that hits the nostalgia right there. Batman as a whole, check. The posability, you have the exact same posability as the originals, check. What was rushed about the figures is the aesthetic. What works and what doesn't work. And this is something that we're doing with all the new the lines that me and you were working on, is we're making sure that things make sense. Yeah. And that's something that, like, people don't really think about when they're doing any kind of project, whether it's artwork, like a poster or a toy, or even just at a job. Does it make sense? People fail to always think before they do. For the Superpowers line, you have the right characters, but they don't have the original aesthetic, the softer detail, the bright color.
I didn't know that was you. I don't see. I'm sorry, Craig. I had no idea, buddy. Yeah. Oh, a reveal. Oh, hold on. You still there? Hold on. Hold on. If he's still there, are you still there, Albana? Give me a second, and I'll show you the. I'll show you the retro reverse. Oh, wait a minute. You have the. You have the. You just pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave. Like, give me a second.
Hold on. So we got the first.
Sorry,
that was the new Zolo body.
Yeah, that's the new one, Albana, right there. That's the retro reverse system that we have that we're coming out with here. It's going to be a fully interchangeable system where we'll have our we're going to have the removable limbs. It's going to have the removable head, and then you have the retro to what? I don't know who this is. Is it Mike Dye or is it Albana? Either way, it's good. So yeah, it's going to have that. That's the reveal right there, guys. So you're going to have a fully customizable figure that you'll be able to remove the head and the limbs and everything else. So you're going to have the you're able to do what is called retro. It's called a retro reverse system because you have the retro version and you have the articulated version. So okay, cool. So there you go, man. So that's it. That is the that's it there. So you'll have the ability to do that. And as far as your customizer, you're good. Yes.
And then the first Night of the Living Dead reveal was, and again, this is an early stage prototype. We've since revised a lot of things on it, but we're not ready to show that one yet. But this was,
we still have time with that one though. We still got to do some stuff. Yeah. But there you go. There you go, Mike. Take a look at that. That's the Ben from Night of the Living Dead. And that's also going to have the retro reverse system. The difference is going to be that it's going to have the retro articulation is what you see there. And then we're also going to have the second set of arms that's going to have the and legs. It's going to have the articulated version. So it's going to be pinned. Yeah. What scale? It's this is 3 3/4. So you're going to be able to do like it's in scale with like Perseus, right? So if you have a Perseus figure from Clash or something like that, then bam, there you have it right there. John, what's up, John?
There's Perseus size Ben, and here's our 2-up Ben, which I just broke because it's me and I'm a klutz. So
yeah, what's a proto? And then we have if you guys missed this reveal, this is Private Ham. This is going to be a ZoloCon exclusive figure coming for we're shooting for February ZoloCon that'll give you again it's a interchangeable figure, but it's not going to be an articulated figure, and he's also going to have a helmet and everything else. So there you have it. Private Ham, he's the first ape in space, so we'll have that guy there too.
Yes, Johnny is confirmed for Wave 1. Ben is confirmed for Wave 1, and you're going to get 2 zombies or ghouls rather in Wave 1. We just haven't announced them yet, but you kind of know who you're getting. It's pretty obvious.
So yeah, private. Yeah. So what are the lines? Okay, so we're going to do we have in the works for Pirates.
Now everyone's joining in.
Yeah. We have Pirates of the Evil Seas that we're going to be doing. It's going to be like the Pirates of the Galaxies, except it'd be like a like the 80s line that Remco did back in the day. So we're doing those. There's going to be a few cool new characters for that, and then we're going to be doing some Realm characters, and we're going to try to shoot for some Warrior Beasts as well. And then we also have some side licensed properties that we're working on too.
Yes.
That's something that we're going to get into a little bit later. Right now, we had a lot of questions for the Night of Living Dead, and we wanted to be able to just do that. But and again, for everybody, these are fully customizable. Like you're able to do, yes, sir. Yeah, so these are fully customizable. You're able to remove the head, so you're able to remove the arms, the legs, and it's on. Okay, so this is a smaller version of the figure, but you're going to see right here that they have pins, right? So the articulated versions are pinned at those areas, right? So you'll be able to pull those, and then you're able to make whatever you want. Yes, of course. New weapons and armors are going to be for both series, obviously. For Realm of the Underworld, we have new stuff coming. And for the 3 3/4, we do too.
And for customizers, you can actually mix and match Night of the Living Dead with whatever other lines we come out with. And the cool thing is, you're going to have bodies that you could kind of just make whatever you want with. So,
and that's kind of the idea that we wanted to go with. Is we want something that's going to be fully customizable. And I think someone was asking us earlier about is there going to be a 3 3/4 blank body, and the
down the road.
We plan on doing all kinds of cool.
It's going to be after like 1 or 2 licenses come out though. So, and actually, just to reiterate before we jump out of here, the Night of the Living Dead stuff will be limited to 500 to 600 pieces per figure, and there will be 2 different ways to get each figure: an all-in bundle, which will save you money, and you will also have a chance at a playset. Hopefully, we're trying for that. Like, that's not a promise, but we're like 80% sure. So that's the all-in bundle, which will have the playset only. Then we'll have whatever hasn't sold out of that, the spare individual figures. So, like, let's say you want 2 Johnnies for some reason, you don't have to buy 2 all-in sets, but that, again, whoever does the all-in set first is prioritized, because
you get incentives too, right? With that, I think we're looking at doing that as well. So if you're and I urge you, please, to get in on those, get extras, because our goal is not to be crazy expensive. Our goal is to make it cost effective for everybody while we're not getting killed. That's the whole idea. We want to get everybody, into this.
Yes, we do normally go to Chiller. The last time we literally almost died there, so that's cool.
I used to go there.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're going with the cardboard thing, but there's going to be features to it that are not cardboard. When the time comes, like I said, Living Dead Weekend, October, we're hoping to announce price point, definitive price point, release date, definitive. Things are always crazy with the factory right now with shipping from China and this and that. But we're going to have a lot more, and we'll have closer to final figures for people to kind of play with or take pictures with or whatever. But when you're all in with the Night of the Living Dead figures, you'll get a carton of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 figures from Wave 1. And there will be, I'm going to say it as a fan, as like a horror dude, and Mike, because we've been on the phone with the licensors and everything. If you go all in, you're going to have one of the most kick-ass perks, and it's going to be at random. Like, you're definitively guaranteed a perk, but you don't know which perk it is. And it's going to be so cool. So we're going to announce that probably in the near future. And that's going to hopefully go for all the licenses. There is another horror. I'm going to say this. There is another horror license we are working with right now. The actors are cool. Everything's cool. We just need the film title to clear. And once the title is ready to go, done. Another license, it's a TV license that every single one of you guys, and I do know you guys, every single one of you is going to be like, holy shit, this is so up our alley. Just waiting for an estate to clear on that one. So we're going to have some really kick-ass announcements. Just waiting on other people. It's not us. It's them.
It gets.
We're going to party with them, though. Everyone's going to want to, when they see how good Night of the Living Dead goes, everyone's going to want to play. And
another thing, too, is if you get a chance to come to ZoloCon in September, we're going to have some goodies there, too. We're going to have some test shots. Well, not even test shots, I think, by then. Maybe we will. I don't know. It all depends on what we're going to be able to get done here.
We'll at least have final protos.
Hoping so. Yeah, hoping so. Yeah, right? That'd be amazing.
That would be.
It would be amazing. I think that's now tied up, if I'm not mistaken. But there is some really interesting stuff with this, and because of what these figures do, it does change a lot of it changes a lot of things, because the customizers are going to be like, wow, these are really cool. Now, I'm positive this is going to be adopted by the industry. So remember who's coming out with it first. and you'll see that. I mean, it's nuts on how fast these companies like look at this, and then all of a sudden they're doing it.
There will be okay, so I'm just gonna fucking knock this one out of the park. There's another license that we're very, very close with. Very close. Supposed to be kind of announced-ish tonight, but we couldn't get there yet in terms of dealing with a contract.
Coming soon, buddy.
It is in the muscular style. Mike, would you like to show that muscular style figure? And we're gonna let people percolate this in their brains. The strong body that you have.
Can you pop up on the screen? Like I actually, like, yeah, they're in the
yes. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
It would be in that style of body, right? And it would come with soft goods.
Have a good night.
I can't say what it is, but we're gonna let people just have some fun with it, and we'll give a hint somewhere very, very, very shortly. So
we'll have another realm show soon too. I have some things I want to go over as well. I know I got several things that's going on right now, so I gotta at least finish that up. And once we're finished up, I think I want to do some we're gonna do some test shots and protos for the show on the next one. We'll have some test shots on there. So I think people are gonna go absolutely
all good.
Yeah.
All good, man. Listen, we're all on the same desire for these toys and everything. So we're all on the same wavelength. We're all riding the crazy train together, brother.
Oh yeah,
riding the crazy train together.
Yeah.
So.
But guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming out tonight. We're just hit the 2-hour mark. You know, it's really awesome to again be able to do things in a different spin. Things that we absolutely love to do. You know, seeing this is awesome. It's been something I've been wanting to do for some time.
Yeah.
The 3 3/4 stuff, that is, and seeing where it's headed and what's going on with it, I really can't wait to show everybody. I mean, talking about it is one thing, putting it in your hands is another, and that's the goal. So
yep, we're gonna take this and kick its ass, and you guys are gonna have some really cool products.
Jason, never you ever come across.
You're good, brother.
Even when I talk to you, man, even outside of the show, never. Love talking to you, brother. You know that.
We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff. We're gonna have a lot of fun together with this. And like I said, and I know the Night of the Living Dead people are gonna break this down easy online rather than hear hours of ranting. So I'll just say this: if you go all in, you're gonna have some really kick-ass perks. So that's my final say on that.
Sounds good, man. You want to wrap it up with
we're gonna wrap it up with a trailer, right? I think we have a trailer.
Guys, thank you so much again. I want to say we'll be live again soon. We do apologize for the breaks. It's been really crazy because I'm ramping up production in 2 different locations, and I'm helping other folks too. So it's making it really, really nuts.
And you got
right now? I didn't even know. Yeah. See, if she is, I don't think she is. It's 9 o'clock. She usually be sleeping.
Well, and then you got the tooling for the new cases, Thundercats and Silverhawks, which I actually need.
Turtles, Silverhawks, Crusaders.
Yep.
Yeah,
Turtles.
Soon we should have more info on that too. So it's going to be a very, very, very busy time. But I'm doing a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that I'm juggling. So Craig has been just leading this project so awesome. So what you've been seeing here is
thank you, brother.
What's coming from there. So awesome. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. We'll be in touch soon.
So enjoy the trailer, and we'll see you guys on the next Mike and Craig versus the Past. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I hope you guys have a great weekend.
From a place beyond time comes a terrifying challenge beyond imagination. Conquest. 2 men join forces in a struggle for power in a realm of fear. Conquest. An act of courage to conquer the Queen of Darkness. They faced the armies of evil to win the weapons of light. wield the power. Accept the challenge of conquest.